Hello everybody, it's Glaze here. I hope everyone is having a great day so far. I thought of this little idea when I was lying in bed one day. I've had lots of people complain, even I'm sure everyone's been through this in some situation while playing CS. Just being in a game where you feel you have teammates that don't really do anything, don't throw utility, maybe grief you, block you, whatever it is in that situation, maybe just being toxic, not wanting to work with the team, whatever it really is in that situation. We've all had that at some point in our lives, but then you're also going to feel in this situation that because of these players that are in your game doing this, that they're the reason your elo is tanking on, like, for example, Faceit, ESEA, whatever platform you play, matchmaking, whatever it is you play, they're the reason you're losing games and your elo is essentially tanking so much. And it's quite an easy reason to blame, because it's very natural for you to be able to look at this person and just say, well, this is the reason why I can't rank up, because I'm always performing better, I'm always doing this, I'm always doing that, whatever it is. And you can quite easily post the blame on someone else and look at them and think, okay, this is the reason why I'm losing all these games, and it's not my problem, as I should deserve a higher rank, okay? The reason why you shouldn't care and worry about why your teammates are bad or not is simply because this especially applies if you're in a team, especially, but because you're queuing up solo or even with like one or two pre-mades, obviously if your pre-mades are inconsistent, like if your pre-mades that you constantly queue up with, like your friends, are obviously not good, then I know it's hard, but you should only play with them for fun, really, and not to try win, But I mean, that can obviously be hard if you have close friends and you're also wanting to try improve in CS in general, but you may have that other pre-med that you feel they just aren't up to your level. And solo queuing is also a way to go where you just get full randoms, but then again, you might feel they're worse than you and they're the reason you're going to be losing the games, okay? It also simply doesn't matter about these teammates because you aren't going to get queued with these people again, okay? Like, if you're playing at like 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning, then obviously you might get queued with the same people because there aren't that many people queuing at that time, okay? But just because they're bad in your game, you shouldn't get mad about it. Don't make it ruin your day or anything, because they're not going to be in your game in the future, okay? They are going to be just in your game for that one situation, and after that, you'll probably never meet them again. So focus on what you're doing in the game and focus on how you can improve in that very moment. If you're in a team, it's a very good place for you to practice individual skill, but if you're pugging, obviously you want to rank up, okay, because that is your goal. But if you're in a team, that's not really your goal. You don't really care too much of what your rank is or anything like that. You more care about improving as an individual and learning new things as you go in pugging, okay? So this is great. This is a great tool for players and teams because you can just practice. You can just use this to learn, new positions, new angles, new utility, all these different things, You can find out what plays work. You can find when you should push aggressive, when you should play more passive and things like that. And that can really help you as an individual if you're like learning a spot for your team to play on, That is a great reason why pugging is so amazing. But don't ignore your team, obviously. It's in like, if your team asks for a flash or anything, they're just say, oh no, I'm ignoring you, whatever it is, But don't think that their performance hinders your performance too, okay? One way you can try and do this, I came up with this off the top of my head. I've never actually tried it myself before, but I think I'm going to because I thought it was a quite good idea as I was writing it down. But you can just open up like a notepad or Word document, whatever it is you use to write on, and you can just write down some goals you have for the day that you want to improve on, okay? So, for example, if you're in a team and you are a connector player on Mirage, okay, you can see if you can get connector in your pugs. If not, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's good for players to play different roles so they can use it and adapt it into their other role that they're going to play. So it's good to learn all roles in CS. So that's why pugging is also good, because you can adapt loads and you can just fill loads of roles. So you're a more overall consistent player and you're able to adapt to a lot of situations better. But you can just write down the things you want to learn for today, okay? So if you've been practicing some new utility you've been doing in a server or whatever, you can focus on trying to use that and see the situations where you can use that as best as you can, okay? So you can write some things down like that. Maybe improving spray control, whatever it is, trying to get tapping, better headshot angles, better positions, when to rotate, supporting teammates with utility, whatever it is. It can be anything, whatever your goal is, whatever you want it to be, it can be anything you want it to be. But try write something down that you feel you can do in a pug environment, and then focus as much as you can on trying to apply these as you can, and then ignore how your team performs, okay? Even if it is, okay, so even if you are, for example, a connector player on Mirage, and then the enemy team just rushes B every round, and your B defense just dies every round, and then it leaves it to like a 2 or 3v5 retake every time. Don't get like mad about them, or don't get annoyed about them, because that won't help anything. All that does is put you in a bad mood for the rest of the day, okay? In that situation, you can focus on retaking. You can learn and focus on how you want to retake B. That's just a great example you can just come up with if that happens in one of your games, and vice versa. It can happen if your teammate is like holding window and they keep dying window and they don't want to leave window for whatever reason it is. You can try focus on how you can play around middle, like not having mid Mirage control on a back foot position, so you can learn and practice playing around that without having the necessary complete components to control that area of the map. The reason why I always feel that people are quick to make that excuse that they feel, oh, these teammates are bad, that I always get bad teammates, this is why I'm not ranking up, is because they're scared to admit that they're not improving, okay? If you can always say that you are the reason that things aren't, like if you whiff a spray or you're in the wrong position at the wrong time, you can always, like, it's very easy to not blame yourself. It's very natural to not blame yourself because you obviously want to be the best at everything. That's a very, very natural thing, so don't get like annoyed at yourself for feeling like that, okay? But I'm just trying to say to you that you can learn a lot from any situation. Even in games you win, there's always things you can learn from, you know? Just watch your own demos back. There's so much things you can learn from games where you feel you might not be able to if you really look into it. If you get in this mindset where if you feel you're always better than everyone at your rank, and you know you're the king of the castle, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it, that can be quite a bad position to put yourself in, because if you're in that situation, then you might feel whoever gives you criticism or whoever feels they can help you improve on a situation or give you some advice or whatever it is. This goes for in life as well, you know. If you feel you're amazing at something, you might not want to take advice from someone else who you feel isn't as experienced or good as you. However, you can always learn things from people, even if they are slightly worse than you or unexperienced than you. You can always learn new things no matter the situation. So always make sure you don't have that like massive ego about yourself, you know, always be willing to learn new things, and that will really, really help you develop as a player. And I think that's a really great mindset to be in as well in these pug games, because when you do have, like, sometimes you obviously do get teammates who are like a lot worse than you in those situations, but try ignore them. Obviously they're in your game, try not to like bring them attention, whatever it is. If they're trolling you, just focus on those little things that you want to improve on as a player, okay? And then don't worry if you want to lose. That is the hardest thing to do, because a lot of people are going to get down after a loss, and it's very important you can learn how to lose, okay? It sounds weird, but you need to learn how to lose so you don't get down about it. You need to be able to take an extreme negative, like a loss in a CS, and be able to turn it into something positive. So you can look at it and think, okay, I can learn this from this game and do that differently. You know, you can download the demo, take a look at it. If you want, get a friend. They can ask for a second opinion. You know, get a friend that can help you out and look at it and ask what they think about the situation that you're doing in that position. So if you can get yourself out of that mindset and really be open to learning new things, you will develop as a player a lot faster than anyone else will. I can almost guarantee you that. So just really focus on those key points I said again, just to do a bit of a summary of what I've been speaking about here. So just note some things down you want to improve on. Focus on your performance only. Don't worry about your teammates. You know, you can always, even if you're losing a game, even if you're getting like 16-0'd, you know, it can be as bad as that. You can still learn new things. You just have to be willing to learn them, okay? And if you're willing to learn them, you will improve a lot, and people will be wanting to help you more. Like, if you're willing to improve and you want to improve, people will enjoy and want to help you more. So be that. Don't be toxic. Be nice to everyone. You know, no matter the situation. You can always, you can learn anything from any situation. Don't take a loss in a pug and get annoyed about it and bring your day down. Just think, what could I have done different in that situation? Or in some situations, you actually are performing the best out of anyone on the server, but you're still gonna lose, okay? And that's fine. You can still be hyped up about yourself that you perform that good. Like, that's a great thing. If you're playing that good, you're obviously a very, very good and talented player. So be happy about that, you know? Don't take the loss and be all sad and down about it. Just look at it and think, wow, I did such a great job. I'm so happy about that, you know? So really try to bring your self-confidence up and be willing to improve. I've gone on a bit of a rant here, but I hope this video helped you out a little bit of explaining how to just focus on yourself a little bit more in these pug situations. And I really hope you do improve as a player. Like, I don't know who you are, whoever's watching this, but I really hope you do develop as a player and you improve a lot. Okay, that's really what I hope for you. And just remember, focus on yourself. Don't worry about the random teammates, because they're gonna change every game. You get different teammates every game. Just focus on your self-performance, and that is it. Thank you guys very much for watching, guys. This is Glaze. I will speak to you guys very, very soon.